So in the third segment, we saw about different drawing tools, and pretty much as we discussed, TradingView has exhaustive list of different drawing tools which you can explore. And what you need to do is basically finalize some 5, 7, 10 kind of drawing tools which you want to use it frequently. And you can actually do it as a favorite. I'll just show you how to do those things as a favorite, and just save that on the tab so that you don't need to every time find that. Now in the fourth segment, what we are going to learn is this. Let me share the mind map, and we are going to learn pretty much indicators and strategies. So all the charts, naked chart, are not that great in terms of understanding. You will get only so much by loading the charts alone and the drawing tools alone. But if you want to go to next level, and if you want to try to analyze these with various strategies and different indicators, then it is pretty much important to understand how to load these indicators, what are different strategies which are available, and how to make best use of the features available on TradingView. So what we are going to discuss in this particular segment is different built-in indicators which are available within TradingView, how to automatically analyze the candlestick patterns, which is the new feature which they've added in the TradingView recently. I'll show you that. Then the amazing thing about TradingView is that this is also more like a community driven platform. So whatever built-ins are there, which is provided by TradingView, that's always there. But apart from that, a lot of users who are using this platform, they can code their own uh, indicators, which is known as Pine Editor, which they provide as a tool to create your own indicators. It's a kind of programming language which they have, and you can pretty much create your own indicator and put it on the public library for the benefit of others. And that's where the power of exponential user base of this particular platform comes into the play. And you can pretty much load any indicators and copy the code of any indicator which is available in the public library, so which again I'll be showing it to you. And then you can also code your own indicators. So as I mentioned, there is a Pine Editor which is available as a script. You can use that script and create pretty much your own codes, and that is something like a pro feature which you can explore later. Right now it's not needed, but anyways I'll show it to you. And then there is a volume profile, which is again a very important tool which you can see on this particular platform. So let's explore this one by one and try to understand how to load these indicators and what are strategies which are available on this TradingView platform. So let's get started. So I'm now on this TradingView platform, removing all the drawing tools pretty much from the last segment. And what we need to do for loading the indicators is pretty much here. So we have explored how to load this ticker in the first segment, then different time frames, the different charts. And as I was mentioning, you can do this as a favorite also. So whatever you are using it frequently, you can just click on this star and it will go into the favorite, and you will have this kind of toolbar loaded on the top. So every time you don't need to go here and find it out. And same is available everywhere as elsewhere. So if you are using your say hourly chart frequently, just click on this 1 hour and put it as a favorites, and your hourly chart will be available. Same way, if you want to use a 15-minute chart very frequently, your 15-minute chart will also be showing here. So you don't need to find it in the drop down. It will be like available automatically on the top. So same way you can do it for indicators and all other features which are available. And there is a toggle button over here also, which will toggle all the favorite bars and then hide it. So all these toolbars, you can also hide it and toggle it. It's available on the bottom left of this particular platform. Okay. So that's about favorites. Now let's jump into the indicators and strategies. So once you click this, it will show you all the 5 features which I talked to you about. So first is the built-ins, and there are like hundreds of such built-ins indicators which are available. And as I mentioned, you don't need to get scared. You only need to use some of these which are highly useful. So what I use is pretty much 5 to 7 key indicators. I don't go beyond that, but it's up to you what to select, right? So starting with, say for example, you want to select volume based indicator, right? So go to built-ins, select volume, and the histogram which somebody was asking at the bottom. This is how you load it. So you can pretty much load volume like this, and just click on this again, search, say for example, ADX, which is again a indicator which I like, which I use. So you can just click on this and your ADX is loaded. Now there are two kinds of indicators. One indicators is below the chart. So it will not be overlaying the prices, but it will be on the below of the chart area. And these indicators will generally be constrained from 0 to 100 to give you some signals in terms of different strengths. So ADX gives you like trend strength. Same way there are multiple other indicators. So there is a similar indicator which is known as RSI, which again gives you a relative strength of a particular chart. And this again is constrained between 0 to 100 and it loads below the chart area. Now, you can also load some of the other indicators which are overlaying the price area. So if you select Bollinger Bands, you will see this is overlaying the prices. And this is how it is built. It will give the volatility of the prices and what is the movement that is happening within the prices. If you want to hide this bottom area, just double click on this top section and it will go away, right? So that's the shortcut. If you again double click, it will come back. So this is the way to just toggle this bottom area. If you want to remove it anyways, you can just remove it. And any area which is loaded, this will come over here, right? So any indicator which you are loading will come below this sticker. Okay. So if you want to, remove this, it's again very, very simple. Just click on this remove button and you can remove it. You can also toggle it or hide it based on this button. So if you click on this, it will hide from your chart. And again, if you want this back, it will come back. Next to this will be your settings. So if you want to change the settings in terms of calculation, the length of the time period for which this calculation is happening, there's a standard deviation, which is the volatility which I was talking about. If you want to change this standard deviation to say 2.5, you can change it. If you want to change the color, pretty much you can do it, style and all that, the line colors, everything you can change it. Pretty much a lot of same thing which are available in the chart setting, it's available on the indicator settings as well. If you want to change the background color, you can change it. If you don't like this, if you want a orange one, the background becomes orange and so on and so forth, right? So it gives you a lot of flexibility in terms of what you need to do. Now this is around built-in, so all these pretty much indicators you can load it. Now this is a new feature which they have added, which is known as candlestick patterns. So all these patterns, again, I've talked in the candlestick charting formula in our module in the you know course material which is there. Everything I've talked in terms of what does it mean and what is the psychology behind it and what is the understanding behind it. But here the best part is it will preload all these things on your chart. So let me load some of these things. Say doji I want to load, and I'll just hide this for the ease of visibility. So it will put a gray area like this and it will highlight wherever this doji formation has happened. Okay, and it will put a D like of this, and it will give you what is the interpretation of this doji as well. So you visually don't need to find where it happened. It pretty much spots it, although it is not too accurate. It's still a new feature and it's not that accurate, but anyways it's good to use if you are just getting started on this journey of candlestick charting. So I've loaded one more indicator. Let's see if on a higher time frame you can see this. right? So here I have loaded dark cloud cover, which it spotted over here. So it has given a gray, red shade over here, light red shade, and loaded pretty much where the dark cloud cover is there. Again, you find the description also. So if you found this amazing, just type amazing in the comment box, right? So this is amazing, cool feature which they have loaded, and you can pretty much, hide it and toggle it like any other indicator, and close it, and all those things you can do it here, right? So it's a cool feature which they have just recently added on TradingView. Next, if we see, you have a public library. So this is what I was talking about. A lot of people build their own strategies and different indicators on this Pine editor. They code it themselves and put it on the public library. And since it is a community kind of feature like Facebook, you have a lot of people who are following different high profile authors, and they will do likes and everything. So the indicator or strategy which is more liked, you will basically be able to sort it, and you can pretty much sort it by author and everything who has created it if you are following somebody, and load it pretty much. So say for example, I want to load say this Bollinger plus RSI strategy. So I'll just double click on this, and it will also give me the testing and all that, which I'll talk to you about later. So this particular strategy is now loaded, and this is something like amazing thing which is loaded, and it will show you when to enter and when to exit and all that, right? So you have this exit and entry and everything which is defined. And good part is you can click on this source code and pretty much get the code of any strategy which you are looking for. And right now it will show as logged because this is a read only, because you cannot change the author's strategy. But what you can do is you can go here and make a copy. Okay, so you can just go here and make a copy, save it in the name like BRSI, and save it. And now it is open to edits, so you can rename and you can edit the script, right? And you can also save this script as you keep on using it. And we'll come to Pine script and the advanced features also. But now if you go to indicators and my scripts, you will see this BRSI strategy which I just saved, and that code is now belonging to me. So now I can pretty much modify that and use it on my own. So this is a very, very cool feature which they have. Any indicator you want, pretty much, if I just remove this and the Bollinger Bands, which I showed you, you can click on that and see the source code. You can again click on this, make a copy, and say Bollinger Bands copy. And pretty much you can edit this and make it to your own needs. So it is now yours. It is in under my scripts. So this is like a amazing cool feature which they have, which is on the indicators and strategies. Then you have volume profiles, and volume profile alone costs a bomb if you buy it on other platforms. Good part is if you are a pro version, you can pretty much access the volume profile along with the pro features as well, right? So if you want to see this, you can probably start your trial version, or you can upgrade to pro. It is pretty much available. So this is a visible range. Again, I'm not going deeper into understanding of volume profile. I'll do it probably separately, but I'm just showing you what all things are available. And I think I'm loaded multiple times. Let me delete this, and it's pretty much available. So what it shows is at what particular price there was a highest volume, right? So the volume which we saw below when we loaded the indicators, this shows volume at a particular day. So on this day, this was the volume, but you don't know at what price how much volume was there. So the volume profile will give you that aspect, that at this particular price where this red line is there, most of the volume took place at this price. So like how you traditionally do support and resistance, you can pretty much also do support and resistance based on these kind of volume lines, which you can tell you that at this particular point there was maximum buying and selling. Probably this is a support zone or a resistance zone, right? So it will give you a more refined view of what is happening in the market, because sometimes, the daily volumes are deceptive. If somebody has sold at the top, you will come to know in volume profile, but you will not come to know in the daily volume bars. Okay, so this is pretty much available on this particular indicator. Then you have a daily session based volume also, and then you have fixed range volume. So pretty much you can again try this out and see how it looks, and pretty much a lot of these indicators are available, right? So let me load the session volume, and now you see every day candle you have this session volume which is built in. Let me just do this, right? So now you see this is the session volume which is built in for this particular range, and I can pretty much change the range and it will tell you what is the range of this volume. And if you have a refined view, you can also see per day. I'll zoom it out and you will be able to see. So now if you see on every day, you have at what price how much volume was there. And again, you can bring it front and move this candle back, and all those things you can do. But pretty much it gives you an idea of what kind of volume happened at what price. And this is an amazing feature if you want to understand the psychology of the markets, right? So this is pretty much which is available on this particular indicators and strategies segment. Hope this was useful, and we went in depth into indicators, strategies, how to load your candlestick patterns automatically if you are just getting started, and we went deeper into volume profile. So hope this was amazing and useful. I would suggest again to keep on practicing this. If you don't practice, you will forget this. But pretty much explore all of this, practice it, and whatever you find it useful, just keep on using it. Right. So this is the end of fourth segment, and we'll learn more in the next fifth segment.